Hi everyone, NUSensei here. Today we'll be taking a look at something which is perhaps a little different to what we might be used to. I know many of us who watch this channel are target shooters or recreational archers, so we shoot targets for fun or for competition. Of course, there are other people who use their bows for more practical purposes, taking them out into the field and of course bow hunting. And the needs and requirements of bow hunters and field shooters are very different to what we require as a target shooter. When we look at this application, the considerations include the size of the bow as well as the durability and the handling. And many of the bows you find in the market are 17-inch takedown recurves, which are very popular, or the survival bows, the folding bows, which are meant to fold up and be very compact and fit into a backpack. What we have here is an item from SAS, or Survival Archery Systems. The riser is made from 6061 aerospace grade aluminium. It's CNC machined and it looks like a tank. It's strong, it's sturdy, it's stable, and surprisingly to me, it's actually very light. I've held a lot of aluminium risers, field and target, cast, machine, forged, and this is perhaps one of the lightest risers I've held. I mean, look at this. It's really, really well balanced, very light in the hand, and when you consider that you're carrying this in your backpack, you want the lightest possible riser. And I think the Atmos is a unique bow which has both the strength, stability, and the weight that's appropriate for a backpack bow. As appropriate for field style shooting, the Atmos comes in a range of forest colors as well as a very nice looking camouflage. I should note that this is Cerakote. It's not anodized aluminium. It's not the glossy paint jobs you normally find in target risers. This is the good stuff. This is the scratch resistant, long lasting color, and that goes a long way when you're shoving this in your backpack. The Atmos is designed to be familiar to recurve and compound shooters, and I think if you've used a bow before and you picked up the Atmos, it will feel just the same as what you normally use. It has a center shot cutout, which is already a cut above a survival bow. It allows you to calibrate the bow for center shot for more accurate shooting. I should also note that the sight window is actually quite large. I know many of the 17-inch risers have narrower windows, which can make it hard to sight when shooting bare bow. This is actually quite easy to use. In addition, it has the bushings for sights, a stabilizer in the middle, as well as a plunger hole for things like rest or bow fishing reels. So it has all the mounts for the accessories which you might want to include in your bow. And again, this is something which is unique to the Atmos as a survival bow. Most survival bows don't have this functionality, and having this flexibility allows you to fully kit out your bow to use it as a more serious tool. The grip is more akin to the narrow torqueless compound grips. Recurve shooters might be more used to the bulkier pistol style grips. I don't think this is a problem. It's easily adaptable. It does have some slight contours to match the shape of the hand. And I think overall, this should be a good compromise for longbow, recurve, and compound shooters. The limbs are made from a high-tech composite material. These are perfectly straight longbow limbs, and like the riser, they feel very, very sturdy. Another design feature is that the limbs and the riser don't exceed 22 inches in length. This allows it to be easily placed inside a standard outdoor backpack. And that's the reason why these things are so straight and compact. You can easily slide them in and they take up the minimum amount of space. The straightness of the limbs and the riser also serve the important function of keeping the profile of the bow as narrow as possible in your backpack. There are shorter risers in the market. There are 17-inch risers and recurve limbs which are very short. but they often do have a shape and geometry which makes it a bit more awkward to fit neatly into a pack, whereas the completely straight designs do fit quite nicely into a limited space. Assembling the bow is quite easy. It's like most takedown bows. You have an Allen key and a bolt which you screw into the limb pockets. Do note that this is not a toolless takedown bow. You will require the Allen key to assemble this. This isn't a problem. This isn't meant to be a rapid deployment survival bow. This is something you carry in your pack and set up when you're ready to use. You can shoot the Atmos comfortably off the shelf. You can use a whisker biscuit. In this case, I'm using an arrow rest. I would normally recommend a hunter rest or a weather rest. Those are the thicker plastic rests which are a bit more durable in the field. I don't have them with me right now, so I'll be using a thinner super rest, which is more appropriate for target shooting. So, let's give it a shot. I mean, it kind of looks weird and feels a little weird. Should be fine though. That actually came out quite nicely. This is a 40-pound bow, and I've got arrows which are roughly meant for 45-pound. Isn't that far off? Actually came out pretty clean. Oh, that's not too bad. It works. You can definitely fling arrows from it. Bear in mind, because the grip is straight, you'll tend to hold it with a full hand. It's a little hard to get the bow consistent with an open grip. Otherwise, the arrows came out quite nicely. Well, it does pass the shoot in the general direction test, so it does function. There we go, it's fired from the same spot. And just to finish up, we'll take some easy pot shots at the big target on the right. As an archer, I can validate that the Atmos is a good bow platform. It works as well as any other. It doesn't compromise or sacrifice performance for its compactness. As you saw before, I could achieve pinpoint accuracy at 10 meters with the bare minimum setup. There's no reason why you can't take this out to 20 to 30 meters and shoot accurately, especially if you put a sight on the bow. Remember, I'm not an outdoors person or a bow hunter. Just the fact that I can assemble the bow, get it set up, and start hitting those groupings within half an hour is a testament to the design of the bow. I find it very easy to adapt to as an archer, and I think that if you're getting this to be a proficient archer in the field, it's very promising. If you already have a bow that you really like to shoot, like a compound or a hunting recurve, you'll probably find a way to carry it. You'll make space for it. However, the Atmos is purpose designed to fit in the space you already have. If space is the deciding factor with what bow you choose and you can't go beyond that, then this is a very good platform to look at. The main qualifying factors for me would be the weight, the size, the durability, and the ability to personalize it with the shooting accessories that you need. I think if that's what you really want in a bow, then this would be worth it. Now, if you're a casual, first-time beginner, recreational shooter, I might not recommend this bow. But if you're a survivalist, a prepper, a bow hunter, and you know exactly what you need, this is definitely quality. The other thing I find which might be very appealing to you for this purpose is the fact that it's made from resilient, durable, quality material, both the riser and the limbs. The reason I say this is because people might use this as a bug out option. If you're keeping this stowed away and you don't really look after it, it doesn't matter. It's going to last forever. I don't normally talk about packaging, but you can leave this in the foam block it came in, put it in your car, put it in your back room or your attic or your basement, and take it out 5 years later, it will still shoot exactly the same. Now, I do know many modern bows can do the same thing, but the problem with many of the cheaper boats, especially the wooden boats, is that over time they will warp, they will lose strength, they might even delaminate if kept in poor conditions. This is the sort of thing I could leave around in a bad place and pick it up again, and it should be completely fine. Overall, the Atmos is a serious bow. It's not a $100 cheap throwaway bow which you buy and put in your garage. This is something you'll probably want to use often. You might want to kit it out with good accessories and shooting gear, because this is probably going to be the best bow of its type right now. I can't fully appreciate the Atmos because I'm just an archer. I'm not a camper or a hunter or an outdoors person. What I can say is that as an archer, I could pick up the Atmos and shoot it as proficiently as with any of my target recurve bows. Anyway, this is NUSensei. Hope you found this interesting and helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.